Huh. Is that a carrot? Have you ever considered how actually in terms of input, the absolute majority of games we play boils down to this? And yet the games we play do not feel the same. I know this is a stupid way to set this up, but bear with me for a second. You see, my definition of fun is actually quite simple, and I think Valve came very close to it.
And so we had to come up with some notion of what fun was. We knew it was an ad hoc definition, and it was the degrees to which the game recognizes and responded to the player's choices and actions. The point I would make is, if I go up to a wall and shoot it, to me it feels like the wall is ignoring me.
My definition is, it's a meaningful exchange of information, or a conversation if you will. It doesn't matter which medium you prefer, books, music, movies, games. You will only think it's interesting if you have a nice conversation going. You do not need an actual person to have this interaction, per se.
Well, I mean, how much can you really trust a human?
If it's a book, you're having an imaginary conversation with the author. If it's a piece of music, with composer/songwriter. If it's a video game, with the whole freaking amalgamation of people. But for the most part, with game designer/director. Leximan reminded me of that fact, that at the end of the day, it all boils down to whether you have this conversation going or not. It doesn't matter if your game looks like this or this. It doesn't matter if your YouTube channel is edited on a smartphone app or a 3-monitor video editing setup with Adobe Mayo sprayed all over it. If you can't get this conversation going, regardless of what you do, you'll be the biggest insult in this world. You'll be boring.
Is it possible to die of boredom?
Leximan is one of the funniest, most light-hearted conversations I had this year. Hi, how are you? How are you? Yes. Yes! Someone finally made that joke! In fact, I've had more fun in my 10 hours of playtime than I had playing Metaphor for 10 times that. It's a game that embraces change at just the right pace and always tries to have meaningful exchange with you. To contrast this, when games have a lot of filler content, it's like when you talk to someone and that person keeps saying the same thing for 30 minutes only to finally drop a new piece of information in 5 seconds. Leximan is literally armed with words to challenge your eloquence and wit. It encourages player experimentation and inquisitive gameplay, and that's what being a kid is all about. It's about trying to shoot a wall and see if the world responds in any meaningful way, asking the questions and searching for answers. So if you ever have to choose between a red pill and a blue pill, I'd just pick a scrambled Easter egg. Granted, the game is linear, and it's not like you can fully unleash your imagination, but it rewards the player who cares. My only regret is that they didn't make an I dialect joke in a British guy fight. With that said, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope it brings a lot more meaningful interactions to you. Before is a glass box filled with tiny sarcasm. And for you, my faithful viewer, I have just what you need, a daily dose of punium. Did Hinata just utter the forbidden spell?